Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not, and his only begotten Son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua, not Yahusha, it's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praises honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Brekah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of Great Millstone who are well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. In the sense, it's salutation to all the occupants pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four ends of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the outward who are listening, learning. If you sister will listen, learn. I'm Isaiah from Jim Orlando Camp. Coming at another lesson in truth, fact, faith, and edification, another data edification, Lord, what is be edified. So I titled this lesson, the what it was, the nutbag Bumbalites who know all things in detail. And it's just some things that I want to add to the lesson from yesterday. So Lord, what is be edifying. And bear with me here. Because my computer seems to be freezing up now. So yeah. Them nutbag Bumbalites who know all things in detail. And I just want to add a couple of things from the lesson that I was doing yesterday. Because I had saw this clip, these are articles that I had put in the chat. This one here, and as I was making the point yesterday, things that Yahweh Shah mentioned for end time prophecies, things that Yahweh Shah mentioned concerning end time prophecies. So this is one I saw, and I was just cracking up at this. I put this in the chat. I think it was either Sunday or Monday, maybe Monday. It said Israel sold Iran modern weapons, fighter jets, provided military training. And I just think this was so funny. Israel sold Iran modern weapons, fighter jets, provided military training. And just a couple articles I saw. So I want to show these. So I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna make my point. Just want to add on to the point from yesterday. Things that Yahweh Shah mentioned concerning prophecy. I saw this too here today. This from today. They say U.S. seeing 425 million in more military aid to Ukraine. So I want to show that too. And when you read in Matthew 24, it reads this. This is Matthew 24:1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him, but to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you that there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down, because America, Babylon the Great will be destroyed. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. And there's a lot of deceivers. There's a lot of deceivers on YouTube. There's a lot of deceivers that's standing out in the highways and hedges. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we seeing wars and rumors of wars, because these little small proxy wars are leading up to World War III. It reads, and then shall many be offended. No, Salakia. It said, but and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, which we see happening, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So here's another one. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And this happened to the apostles during the time of the disciples, Peter, and the apostles, Apostle Paul and Barnabas, and it's going to happen again. Now here's another. This was on the People's Voice. FBI insider elite planning doomsday attack to kill millions of non-compliant citizens. Now, this is in Revelation 13 and 15. But reading on in this Matthew, it reads, and then shall many be offended. Why? Because of the truth, man. They're offended at, see, these people are hypocrites and antichrists, and they are against the truth of the Bible, man. They are offended at Yahweh Shai. Bear with me, from the screen that went black. Now, I never do this. See? I never do this when I post certain articles. When I just use the blue letter, it don't do this. But you see, elites planning doomsday attack to kill millions of non-compliant citizens. This is in Revelation 13 and 15. Now, back in Matthew 24, and then shall many be offended. Why? Because in the Lord, man, they offended at the truth. Yahweh Shah said that they was going to be offended. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. These things are happening now, man. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. This is happening now. And the scriptures say to these false prophets is causing people to follow them. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And because iniquity shall abound, because the so-called white man has made it legal for you to commit iniquity. So this iniquity constantly being committed, sin on top of sin, is leading people to wax cold. Because as the scriptures say, there is no judgment. There is no judgment, man. So let me get this. Because this article here is in the scriptures, man. Well, these people don't understand that the things that these articles say, that the so-called white man say, the Lord already said it. That's why Romans 15 and 4 reads, it was written up 4 times ago for our learning. So see here, say FBI insider, elite planning doomsday attack to kill millions of non-compliant citizens. When you go to this Revelations 13, you'll go to it in the blue letter. When you go to Revelation 13 and 15, it reads, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. The image of the beast is the system, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So you don't want to vote, you want to be part of this government system, you're going to be killed, right? Now, there's two definitions in here for the word killed. So we're going to go to these again, as I always do. So the one killed, it says you got G2443. Let's see here. So let me play this. This is the first definition for the word killed in Revelation 13 and 15.
Strong's G2443, Hina.
It's a through the demonstrative idea, which is to follow order. It's a in order that, right? So when you click on, there's two definitions here. You got actually there's three. So you got the one G1438, which is let's see hold on, let's go back. So this one here, it's go back to this Salakia. This is when you click on G2443, and then you click on G3588, right? This G3588, it says, let's play this.
Strong's G3588, ha.
It say only significant renderings other than the counted. It's a strong definition say to be supplied, sometimes to be supplied, at others omitted. So if you look at the definition for the word omitted, let's go to it. This is the definition for omit.
Omit.
Leave out or exclude someone or something. Leave out, exclude, shut out, leave out. It say delete, pass over, eliminate, erase, cut, expunge, rub out, cross out, strike out. So then the next definition in Revelations 13 and 15, here is the second one, G615.
Strong's G615, apartino.
So this one say to kill in any way, whatever, to destroy, put to death, right? Now, when you click on this definition, it says, hold on here. When you click on this other definition for the word kill, G615, strong definition says to slay, to kill outright, right? To destroy, put to death. When you click on this G575 in strong definition, it say of separation, of local separation, of separation of a part from the whole. See, physically of distance or place, it says of the place whence anything is comes. So it's going to be two separations. You may get put to death, or you may just be separated, right? When you go to, because it said to omit, leave out, meaning you can't get right here, Revelation 13 and 16. It said, let's read 15 again. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. A cause of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man may buy or sell, say he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So if you and Klaus Schwab said, if you don't merge with AI, then you ain't gonna have nothing. Well, the Lord said that first. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, right? This word here, perplexed. 2 Corinthians 4 and 8. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. This word perplexed here goes into the same thing of not having no resources. 2 Corinthians 4 and 8, the word perplexed, G 639.
Strong's G 639. Apareo. Apareo.
To be without resources, to be in straits, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn, to be at a loss with oneself, not to know how to decide or what to do. Strong definitions say to have no way out, i.e., be at a loss mentally. So if you don't merge with the system, you're going to be left out. And the Lord said this. This is Luke chapter 12 and 51. The Lord is bringing division, man. So either you're going to, you know, Yahweh Shemam Shah has given us a spirit to cleave to them, or you're going to stay holding hands with the so-called white man. Luke 12 and 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, neighbor, rather division. So the Lord is bringing division, and it's coming by the way of the chip, man. It's here by the way of the doctrine. Because the scriptures say that's only one gospel. There's only one doctrine. So there's a separation, right? Then you got Jake, as it said in Matthew 24 and 13, that the love of many shall wax cold because of iniquity shall abound, right? Well, that's also prophecy, man. 2 Timothy 3 and 1. This know also that in the latter times, that in the latter days, perilous times shall come. Perilous mean danger. For men shall be lovers of their own selves. Right there's a separation. To show you that's a separation. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. See, this is the Lord bringing division. See, so they say they're going to be lovers of self, right? In 1 Timothy 4 and 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith. Why? Giving heed to seducing spirits and doctors of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with the hot iron. So you can't change their mind. This is why when we dealing with people and they come to camp, so this is the situation the Lord said, this is how you deal. This is uh Titus 3, right? The Lord said this. Titus 3 and 10. A man that is an heretic after the first and second admonition reject, right? What is a heretic? Let's see. Heretic is a person who holds beliefs that are contrary to the other, Salakia, a person who holds beliefs that are contrary to the official belief of a church or religion, right? So then they say that by Yahweh Shah. Let me read this. John 7, and I was just reading this. So if they believe opposite of what you believe, And after the second admonition, you might well just leave them alone, man. John 7:11, it reads, Then the Jews saw him at the feast and said, Where is he? And there was much murmurings among the people concerning him. For some say he is a good, others say nay, but he deceiveth the people. So if you got somebody that's saying, man, y'all deceiving the people, just like this nigga Maurice Price said, he said the Hebrew Israelites is deceiving the people. So we don't have no conversation. There is nothing that we can talk about. It's a waste of time, man. These are the things that we are analyzing, that we understand. It was also mentioned, this is Acts 11. Let's read this. Was it Acts 11? No. What is that? Bear with me here. Is it 20? Let's see. Uh, hold on. Yeah. This is Acts 28, right? Listen to this. It's Acts 28 in 17 it reads. And it came to pass that after 3 days Paul called the chief of the Jews together, and when they were come together, he said unto them, Men and brethren, though I have committed nothing against the people or customs of our fathers, yet was I delivered prisoner from Jerusalem into the hands of the Romans, who, when they had examined me, would have let me go, because there was no case of death in me. But when the Jews spake against it, I was constrained to appeal unto Caesar, not that I had aught to accuse my nation of. For this cause, therefore, have I called for you to see you and to speak with you, because that for the hope of Israel, I am bound with this chain. For the hope of Israel, man, not heathens. And they said unto him, We neither receive letters out of Judea concerning thee, neither any of the brethren that came show or spake any harm of thee. But we desire to hear of thee what thou thinkest. Because in this time, you got to remember when you read the scripture, they say you got to hear a man before you speak. Hear a man out, right? So it said, But we desire to hear of thee what thou thinkest. For as concerning this sect, right, this group, we know that everywhere it is spoken against. And this is talking about the truth of the Lord, man. It's Yahweh Shai's gospel. Well, it's Yahweh's gospel through Yahweh Shai. And this is what the apostles, the elder bishops, and elders of GMS been teaching. It said, We know that everywhere, it say, But we desire to hear of thee what thou thinkest. For as concerning this sect, we know that everywhere it is spoken against. And everybody speaking against Great Millstone. And we have appointed a day, and we have appointed him a day. There came many to him and to his lodging, to whom he expounded and testified the kingdom of God, persuading them. Yahweh said in Luke 14:23, Go out and compel them that my house may be filled. The word compel is another word for persuade. Persuade them concerning Jesus, Yahweh Shah, both out of the law of Moses and out of the prophets. Here's the point. And some believe the things which were spoken, and some believe not. This is the separation, man. Some going to believe this gospel, and some ain't. Few going to receive it. Many will not, man. So these things that's being mentioned, Yahweh Shai mentioned them. Let me get this. In Zechariah Just some things I want to mention in the other lesson, but it would have been too long. Zechariah 14 and 13. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from Yahweh shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. This is going to happen, man. Let me get this. See, these things was mentioned, man, to kill millions of non-compliant citizens. The whole flick ain't gonna comply to the so-called white man system, right? The whole flick ain't gonna conform and comply to the so-called white man system. This was another one. There's some articles I'm showing, reading these precepts. This is so again, this is look, North America countries start applying for BRICS memberships. Other countries, and this one talking about Cuba in this article. So Zechariah 14 and 13, and it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from Yahweh shall be among them, and they shall lay hold of the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. Let's get a precept to this, which is Second Ezra chapter 15. Starting at verse 15. These things come to pass. It reads, verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. This is talking about Edomite on Edomite violence, man. That's the Isaiah 19 and 2. The Egyptians shall men and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their hands. And most of this is going to be Edomite violence because the so-called white man is losing his last empire. See, the elite still holding on, but it's the coming so-called white people that's losing their generational wealth and right privilege. They say, well, there should be sedition among men. And you got a lot of these preppers, these Edomites got their MREs and canned goods, bullets and guns, man. But there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Now, verse 17, a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able because of martial law, right? It say, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Going back to Zechariah 14 and 13, this is 2 Ezra 15 and 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. It said in Zechariah 14 and 13 is going to be neighbor against neighbor. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy his house with the sword, the guns, and spoil their goods, and take their food because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay? So these things is going to happen, man. Now, at the plantation, and they say they've been going on since Saturday, right? I don't work on Saturday and Sunday. Now, since Monday, we're at the bottom of Wednesday. Well, we're in the Sabbath now. So at sundown, it's a new day. So as of Wednesday, allegedly according to the so-called white man, the time don't change at 12:01, right? But for us, the Israelites, when the sun go down, it's another day. So since Monday, we've been having these catering orders. I go in today, Levi, one of the members is Levi, young Levi. He cool, he be telling my man, I told him the Edomites who they are, and told him, he an Israelite, and the priesthood started with the Levites. So he's like, hope you got your running shoes on, and got you some rest. I said, bro, what you talking about? He said, oh, man, we got a $5,000 catering order today, right? We had catering orders since Monday. He said it was going on Saturday and Sunday. So $5,000, man. Now this is Red Cross and Blue Shield and these people feeding these people that don't got no food because some people still messed up from the hurricane, from the storm, lights out, whatever food got spoiled, destroyed, whatever. So $5,000 for food, man. I went in. It was 12 different catering orders. One for like 350, one 250, one for 500, one for 750. We've been cooking all this food, man, for these Edomites. For Edomites, man. Red Cross in them, man. These people is losing, man. They out here losing, man. The Lord is really what's it called? The birth pains, man. The birth pains is starting. So sooner or later it's gonna be neighbor against neighbor. Now this is verse 20, 2 15 and 20. Behold, self power, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me. That's Isaiah 34 and 1. When the Lord say all the nations, Isaiah 34, verse 1 and 2, the Lord is calling these nations to gather together to come against Babylon. Uh, Joel 3, verse 9 and 10. 2 15 and 20. Behold, self power, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another. This is what's gonna happen, man. And it's happening now. Because you got Turkey playing both sides of Russia and America. You got India, North Korea, these countries that's joined with Russia, but they playing ball with America, man. But it said in Daniel's 2 and 43 that it say the Edomites shall mingle with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another. Again, 2 15 and 20. Behold, saith God, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, because they put their hands on the Israelites. So the Lord is causing them to fight against each other. They just pawns and rookies on the chessboard, man, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. To who? To the Israelites. What they done to us, the Lord is causing them to turn against each other, man. This is prophecy. Yeah. And also, I just saw it said another article said America sent anti-missile system to Israel and troops. They sent anti-missile system to Israel and they sent troops. And they just sent them another 425 million. Another article I just saw said Walgreens to close 1,200 stores. They talking about the pharmacists, these pharmacists, and a lot of them be Jake women too, man. They be in those pharmacists, man. A lot of those be Jake women. A lot of I done been in over my time. It'd be a lot of Jake women, man, doing good. They said they finished the Walgreens, said they are closing 1,200 stores. That's job loss, man. And it's been a retail apocalypse heavy since 2018. This is just some things that's that's articles in the news that was written in the scriptures a 14 ago. Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. And in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, which are the you got these the keepers of the houses, those on Wall Street, these that they own gold and silver, the stock market, where they controlling these stock market numbers. It's in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. And these are the jobs that's getting less. I remember a couple years ago, Sim Club, people went to work and they ain't had no job, man. They had to close down the store, man. You see, and those that look out the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of a bird, and all doors of music shall be brought low. And all the music is becoming trash now.
Creator is the days are dying,
Stop.
while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have.
Salakia. So the grinding is ceasing, man. All the grinding is ceasing slowly. The Lord is slowly destroying America, man. And also, it's been a retail apocalypse, man. It's been real serious job loss. Now I'm just tripping because not tripping, but I'm just like, man, like the Lord really did a number on these Edomites over here where I'm at, man. Because Cracker Barrel been having damn catering orders, and they tell me the food is them buying it's free food, man, for people that obviously that still don't they down, they out. They got destroyed, man. A lot of stuff got destroyed. People houses gone, man. I'm like, man, how long this gonna last, man? All this catering order shit. I don't got time for that shit, man. There's a lot of stuff had to be cooked, man. Crazy, man. But it's the Lord. And another thing's gonna happen. We were talking about this too at Saturday camp. You got young Akim a young Akwaf that's in the truth. And your parents and your kids gonna give you up. You got parents in the truth and their kids ain't. And their kids gonna give them up. This is Matthew 10 and 21. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. These things are going to happen. Why? And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. These things is going to happen, man. And you know, we had the brother Ara, the head of the Columbus camp. He made the point. It's going to be some things that going to happen in our life that we didn't expect. So get ready for it, man. Get ready for something to happen. The Lord is building our faith up, to another level. So whatever it is, it's Yahweh Shema Shai to increase your numbness to the world. But things gonna happen. There's a lot of things happen in our life we weren't expecting, and it happened. But the Lord got you through it. As you look back on it now, you're like, man, yeah, the Lord got me through that. Not even really meditating on it too long. The Lord got you through it. Things is happening, man. Everything that's written in the scriptures is playing out. The Edomites said that they trying to put millions to death because they don't wanna comply. Well, that's in the scriptures, man. The Lord said, because you are not part of the system. With the James 4 and 4, you adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God. Therefore, whosoever shall be a friend of the world is an enemy to the Lord. So the whole fleck ain't gonna be no friend to the world. So either you're gonna get put to death or you're gonna be outcast. But we know the Lord gonna cover you. But the point is, these things that the Lord already said is happening in the news, man. Look at this. Israel sold Iran modern weapons, fighter jets, provided military training. They did the same thing with Saddam Hussein. Then they killed them. It's all a part of the story, man. We watching things happening that was written in the scriptures because the so-called white man shall mingle himself with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another. Nobody love the so-called white man. Nobody love him, man. They cleaving to him because he controlled the resources, man. That's the only reason. If the Chinese or Japanese controlled the resources, then the world would cleave to them. If it was the Hamites that controlled the resources, it would cleave to them. But these nations had their chance. When you watch this movie, what's this called? Marco Polo with Mongoloids, Mongolians, Mongoloids, the Chinese. They had a portion in the earth. You had the Hamites. They had their portion in ruling the earth. See, the Lord let everybody get a chance in ruling the earth. But the last time, this is the so-called white man's turn. What is that? See, nobody consider the Lord is not fair, man. Yahweh Shema Shai is just in judgment. He's fair. The mercy of the Lord. Let me read this. Because all these nations has had a term in the earth. And it's crazy now because you got Edom, Ishmael, and Elam over there in the land of Israel now, fighting over the land that ain't even theirs, man. But they all had their chance in the earth. Let's read this. This is Judges 10 in verse 6. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of Yahweh and served Balaam and Ashtoreth and the gods of Syria and the gods of Zidon and the gods of Moab and the gods of the children of Ammon and the gods of the Philistines and forsook the Lord and served not him. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he sold them into the hand of the Philistines and into the hands of the children of Ammon. And that year they vexed and oppressed the children of Israel 18 years. All the children of Israel were that were on the other side of Jordan, the land of the Amorites, which is in Gilead. Moreover, the children of Ammon passed over Jordan to fight also against Judah and against Benjamin and against the house of Ephraim, so that Israel was sore distressed. And the children of Israel cried unto Yahweh, saying, we have sinned against thee, both because we have forsaken our God and also served Balaam. And Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, did not I deliver you from the Egyptians and from the Amorites, from the children of Ammon, and from the Philistines, the Zidonians also, and Amalekites, and the Moabites did oppress you, and ye cried to me, and I delivered you out of their hand. So all these nations that had a hand on us, man, at a point of time. See, the Lord just let Esau get it all in the last time, man, with the three empires, with the Greeks, the Romans, and American Empire, which is the Edomites' last empire, man. And everybody, that's what the Lord said, let favor be showed to the wicked in Isaiah 26 and 10. Yeah, but he not learn righteousness in the land of uprightness where he deal unjustly, because he behold not the majesty of Yahweh. Everybody had to turn rule in the earth, man. All these nations had their hand on us, and they all got to pay for this, man. So I just want to make some points because the so-called white man's kingdom is falling, man, and everything is falling with it: the music, the jobs, the people, the food. And the Lord said in Ezekiel 4:13, that we should eat out of the foul food among the Gentiles. That's a prophecy, man. It's safe to say in the 60s, the 50s and the 60s, were no GMO foods, man. The food was real. See, the Lord started declining the so-called white man's kingdom in the 60s, man. In the 60s. And I was looking at the clip today. There was an interview with this guy, Malcolm X, in 1962. Albert Bivens told this boy, Malcolm X, that he was an Israelite, man. Him and Martin Luther King knew that they were Israelites. This so-called white man kingdom started to fall in the 60s, man. The Lord said when he said it next amongst the stars, which they did in the 60s, the Lord said this when he bring them down. The kingdom been falling. Everything that's happening right now, it was already written in the scriptures, man. They falling. The so-called man's kingdom is falling, man. And the common so-called white people, the everyday so-called white people, are losing generational wealth and white privilege. They have lost it. And they tell you have who too, that it said he cut out many people so he could set his nest on high. Talking about the elites. I forget who it was talking about this. I don't know you know what? This guy named let me pull him up here real quick from the phone. Let's pull it up. I was just looking at this. And this is from Jeffrey Sachs. He say, we are one step away from World War III. We are one step away from World War III, man. I was looking at hold on here. It was something else I was looking at earlier. But these Edomite kingdom is falling, man. They through. Let's see if I can get this. Bear with me. I want to pull this up. See if I can play some of that. I just want to play a couple points of this. Bear with me here. Let me pull this. I want to show this, then I'm gone. Because the Lord said in Psalm 68 that he shall make their tongue to fall upon themselves. Computer moving slow. Come on. I just want to play some of this here. Bear with me. I'm gonna have to play it from the phone. I'm trying to pull up on the computer. Let me just play it from the phone. That's what I do. So listen to this. Computer taking too long, man.
Soviet affairs or Kremlin.
Hold on.
Subversion is the term, if you look in a dictionary or criminal code to that matter, usually is explained as a part of activity to destroy things like religion, government system, political, economical system of a country. And usually it's linked to espionage and such romantic things as blowing up bridges, sidetracking trains, cloak and dagger activity in Hollywood style. When what I'm going to talk about now has absolutely nothing to do with the cliche of espionage or KGB activity of collecting information. So the greatest mistake or misconception, I think, is that whenever we are talking about KGB, for some strange reason, starting from Hollywood movie makers to professors of political science and quote-unquote experts on Soviet affairs or Kremlinologists, as they call themselves, they think that the most desirable thing for Andropov and the whole KGB is to steal blueprints of some supersonic jet, bring it back to Soviet Union, and sell it to the Soviet military-industrial complex. If we take the whole time, money, and manpower that the Soviet Union and KGB in particular spends outside of USSR border, we will discover, of course, there are no official statistics unlike with CIA or FBI, that the espionage as such occupies only 10 to 15% of money, time, and manpower. 15% of the activity of KGB. The rest, 85%, is always subversion. And unlike a dictionary of English, Oxford Dictionary, subversion in Soviet terminology means always a destructive, aggressive activity aimed to destroy the country, nation, or geographical area of your enemy. So there's no romantics in there, absolutely. No blowing up bridges, no microfilms in Coca-Cola cans, nothing of that sort. No James Bond nonsense. It's most of it.
So here's an Edomite. This video is titled psy- psychological warfare, subversion, and control of Western society complete. He say, they say a Soviet KGB defector explains in detail his scheme for the KGB process of subversion and takeover of target societies at a lecture in Los Angeles in 1983. It's a, I don't know his name, Yuri Benzminov was a former KGB propagandist who was assigned to New Delhi, India, and defecting to the West in 1970. It's a Benzminov explained his background, some of his training, and exactly how society propaganda is spread in other countries in order to subvert their teachers, politicians, and other policymakers to a mindset receptive to the Soviet ideology. He also explains in detail the goal of Soviet propaganda as total subversion of another country and the four-step formula for achieving this goal. See, these are Edomites, man. This is Edomites. And I did a lesson, and Putin said, let me pull it up. Because, see, the Lord is in control of this, man. And Putin said this. Let me see if I can go back to this. He said in the article, hold on here, see if I can find it. I did a lesson on this a little minute ago. See if I can find it. Bear with me. Where is it? Putin said, if you want to go back to, he said, if you have some type of standard, he said, you want some type of intelligence, come back. He said, come to Russia, man. I'm looking for it here. Bear with me. I just want to read what it said. I gotta go back. Hold on. Bear with me here. I got a lot on here. I just want to read this. He mentioned morals. He said if you want morals, right here it go. It says, let me click on it. Yourselves an idiot. It say Putin has decided that Russia is going to be a safe haven for people who want to trade liberal Western ways for Russian moral values. So here's that he was saying that this is the propaganda that the Soviet Union was pushing. Well, what did the Lord say in Ezekiel 38? He said he's going to turn them back, right, and put hooks into their jaws. This guy said, let me click back on this. Again, it said, this guy explained his background, some of his training, exactly how Soviet propaganda is spread in other countries in order to subvert their teachers, politicians, and other policymakers to mindset receptive to the Soviet ideology. This is the Lord putting hooks into the world jaws, into the Soviet Union jaws, the Russians, and turn them back to the old Soviet Union Cold War state, man, Cold War mentality. And it's affecting the rest of the world because now you got all these nations that want to join BRICS. But it's all Yahweh Shah that's using these Edomites to do this, man. Because it's the elites that's in control. Don't be no fool. There's central banks in every country, and the so-called white man control them. The elites control the central banks, man. So this is all the agenda to get the world on the sea hill, man. This is about the mark of the beast. World War III is not going to happen until the mark of the beast is mandatory, man. And this is why the countries, everybody is going digital. Argentina went completely digital, using digital currency, man. This is what Putin, this is what the Lord got Russians pushing through from the elites. The elites is pushing this through Russia, man. The elites is pushing one world currency using the BRICS nations, man. Don't be no fool, man. That's what's happening. The rest of the world got to be on board. And then Babylon the Great. See, when they get to America, it's going to be in perfection, just like I said in Isaiah 47. The destruction that's going to come to America is going to be in perfection. So, all the other nations, the Lord is setting up all the other nations to have the MOTB infrastructure set in place when it becomes mandatory in America. Because a lot of countries are already using it, the C-HIP. It just isn't mandatory. Sweden using the C-HIP. They're using the C-HIP heavy in Sweden, man, which is one of those major countries where the elites at. Some of them, few of them. It's all, this is the infrastructure, the MOTB being established, man. The elites is using the BRICS nations to do it. And it's going to come to America last. But when it get to America and be mandatory, it's going to be perfect. The mark of the beast, which is the RFID C-HIP, will be perfected once it's mandatory in America. This is what's happening, man. The elites is pushing fear throughout the four corners of the earth to condition you for the C-HIP, man. Destroyed. Lord was edifying. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rikakwarash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops, and elders of great millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. In a sincere salutation to all the octave pushing the truth and believing this truth, but the fullness of the earth, the entire world, shed light to go for elect. Shalom to the hot water who are listening, learning. If you sister will all tune in, may Yahweh Shema shall continue blessing your houses. May the blessing and blessing be upon your houses. Till next time, I say Shalom. Walk, Bob, for tuning in. Walk for your precepts. Shalom.